What's up, guys? How are you? How's everybody doing today? Let's see. I hope this is going the way that it's supposed to. As you guys let me know if you're seeing everything okay. Tori, everything look okay this morning on here? I'm seeing some people jump on. Good morning, good morning. Hey everybody, you can see I'm flying solo today. Unfortunately, my man is in the New Orleans airport and will not be jumping on. He is on his way home with sorrow and tears from the Saints game yesterday. I'm sure many of you watched it, and yeah, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go. So anyway, nonetheless, hey Ed, hey Joe, thank y'all for jumping on. Listen, what a crazy little weekend it's been. You know, last week, Brandon flew to New York on Wednesday, back on Thursday in time for church, home from church, go to bed, wake up at 4:45 the next morning. I'm off to New York, back on Saturday. By the time my flight lands Saturday, he's already gone to New Orleans and he's not back yet. So anyway, complete chaos. And then you throw the game in the mix, the amazing lead schools that took place. Hey, Bridget, hey, Mona Lisa, thank y'all for jumping on. You guys, the lead schools, we have gotten such amazing, amazing feedback on the lead schools. They were phenomenal. And you know what I love is that our core value number 3 really got to be highlighted in that way. Good morning, Dr. DeLucia. Core value number 3, we look for opportunities to celebrate life and recognize others. And I love the format of the lead school because it allows us to do just that. We had Fred Graves in New Orleans. Melissa Bruton was up in Canada. We had Tim Cox in Tampa. I was in Albany. And we had Carrie Arnott in Atlanta. And that is one of the examples I'm talking about, passing that baton to that next level of leadership. I loved that he got to go there and share his wisdom. I know that they benefited so very much. I've gotten tremendous feedback on it. But you guys, that's what it's all about. It's about celebrating the successes of others and watching and helping them to elevate into that next level. The panels allow for people to step up. The commentators, panelists, the people that are putting on the function, it's people of all different ranks. And they're stepping into a role that allows them to spread their wings and, you know, develop into the leaders that they are and to the leaders that they're becoming. I know in Albany, we had some really cool panelists. One story that I wanted to share, there was a couple, but one in particular I wanted to share. We had a 18-year-old named Alan who was on our up-and-comers panel. And he shared a story that I just loved in its entirety. He said that he shared with his friend. Now, you guys, he just graduated from high school. He's just starting college. So he's telling his friend, hey, listen, I'm super excited about this new business. And his friend's like, well, what is it? What does Alan do? He gives him a tool, has him watch the video, Crazy Yellow Pill, watch the video. The guy, he's like, I love it, but I'm 17. I'm not old enough to do it yet. So how does Alan handle it? He's like, well, do you know anybody that you think could benefit from this? And he's like, yeah, I think that, you know, my grandmother would be interested in this. So Alan follows up, gets the tool to her. So invite, tool. Then team, he gets on a 3-way call with somebody in his upline. This woman enrolls as a distributor. So 18-year-old Alan enrolls this grandmother. You guys, when you use the system, it allows you to accomplish so much more. I mean, as an 18-year-old, we all know there's credibility issues. Like you have to, you know, prove yourself a lot of times before people will listen. Well, with our system, it allows him to be able to do it and have success. And I absolutely loved that. Another cool story was from Adam, because Adam shared that he has had unwavering belief in this LifeVantage opportunity. And he's had a lot of things happen over the course of a couple years. And he hasn't wavered. He has not allowed life happening to interfere with his vision for what LifeVantage is going to do for him. And because of that, he has people now coming to him saying, I know that you told me about this before, but I think I need to hear about it again. And so that's a super cool story too. So, you know, I'm looking at some of the people jumping on, and my own reflection and being reminded of this sweet little gift I got. You guys got to see my little gift. Look, this is a Sophia Lily creation. Amazing. I got this little gift bag when I went to Albany. Teresa Canova and her daughter, Sophia, gave me this beautiful gift bag of goodies, including this, a little handmade treasure that they gave me. And I love you guys. You guys are just amazing people. This LifeVantage family, Team True Blue, has such big hearts, and I got to experience that firsthand this weekend. I'm gonna tell y'all some more about the Friday night deal that we did in Albany because I felt it was a beautiful arrangement. So I'm gonna tell you more about it. But in keeping with the idea of the trainings, you guys, the trainings are, they're instrumental to growing your business. You're gonna grow your business with the things that you'll learn, but the trainings will not do it for you, right? The trainings are going to help you grow your business, but it still takes action. And so you have to have a DMO in place, a daily method of operation in place. Because if you don't, our lives are just incredibly busy and we won't get the things done. Like, you may reflect on the weekend and you go, yeah, I was building my LifeVantage business this weekend. I went to a lead school and you didn't grow your LifeVantage business this weekend. You grew yourself. That's good. You need that. But you didn't grow your business. It takes action to do that. So your daily method of operation has got to be in place. And you know what? You design it. You design your DMO. So it can, whatever you design it to be, can be within your parameters. If you're a busy person who has 2 jobs and children and, you know, just lots of things going on, well, you're going to have to curtail your DMO to fit within your life. But you know what? Even if it consists of 1 invite a day and 1 follow-up a day, that will lead to you growing your business. I mean, that would be 30 exposures a month and 30 follow-ups a month. Believe it or not, as simple as that sounds, 1 a day, a lot of people aren't doing that. They may think that they're doing that, but they're not doing that. And you know, a lot of times the reason for that is that they're not logging it. They're not tracking it. I feel so strongly about having a point of reference to hold your feet to the fire, to be accountable to something, whether it's a person or whether it's your own book. It's going to help you to grow your business because you can reflect on what you've done, what actions you've taken, if you have a point of reference, if you have something to reference. And personally, I love paper. I know we're in this electronic age, but I love paper because it's always there for easy reference, and you can go back as far as you want to go and you can see what the results of your business are based on your actions. So I would encourage you to, first of all, make sure that you've got your DMO in place, identify it, know what it is, and then track it. Because then you can see whether or not you're actually doing what you think you're doing. Don't fool yourself. The other thing I would say is that, that's what I wanted to mention. You guys, a lot of times people will look at this type of a business of network marketing and they'll say, well, it doesn't work, or it didn't work for me. When the reality is, it's not that it didn't work, it's that you didn't work, right? So make sure that you're giving this a fair shot. Make sure you're doing your part. And you know, maybe even help your newbies to realize this as well. Sometimes they don't think of it that way. Make sure that you're pointing out to them like it's work. So you got to do some things on a daily basis if you're going to grow your business. I like the old school stuff too, Fredna. We're on the same page. You guys keep in mind that a leader leads, right? You may say that you don't have a team to lead yet, but the reality is if you're taking the action steps of a leader, you will have a team to lead because of doing the action. But in addition to that, you will already have the tools in place for them to watch you and follow your lead. You know, be that person that you want to have on your team. I feel like so often people are looking for that perfect person. They're looking for that rock star. Look in the mirror. You've already met the person. Look in the mirror, you're that person. And the beautiful thing is once you take the steps of the person that you want to have on your team, they will follow. You'll attract more people like that. And maybe they'll just become that person in following your lead. So, you know, a lot of times we feel like we have to be so well equipped before we can do something. John Maxwell had a saying that I liked. I'm trying to find it here in my little notes. Let's see. I don't know. I can't. Sometimes when you're doing these type things, like you can't see anything at all. Like I'm just like, okay, too much information on here. But essentially, the whole concept is that if you wait to do something, you're going to get left because people around you aren't waiting. So that applies whether it's to a brand new person that's launching their business or a leader who's waiting for a team to lead. It doesn't matter. You don't wait until you feel like you're fully equipped to do something, because I can tell you that I've never felt fully equipped to do the things I do. I don't feel fully equipped to do this. This is outside of my comfort zone, but it doesn't matter. It needs to be done and it's getting done. And so as long as you're constantly willing to step outside of your comfort zone and continue to grow as a person, your business is going to reflect that. It's an all-encompassing sort of a thing. So just know when you're uncomfortable, that's a good feeling. That's a good sign. You should get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's going to allow you to grow as a person, as a leader, and of course going to grow your team. So in considering whether or not you're leading with example, have you enrolled anyone this month? If not, there's still time, right? You've got some time left. Have you hosted a event this month? Now, you call the shots, right? You decide what that event looks like. Maybe it's a launch call. Maybe it's a Facebook Live event. Maybe it's an in-home meeting. I'm going to tell you, there's something special about getting together. The synergy created from people and body language and just the overall feeling you get, there's something special about that. You know, I mentioned that I was going to say something about our Friday night event in Albany. I absolutely loved the format of the little meet and greet that they did on Friday night. They actually had it in a hotel room, the same building that we had the training, and just 3 real big round tables with chairs around it. Everybody brought a covered dish. And after everyone ate, they just kind of, well, and even while they were still eating, they kind of pulled the tables together. And it was this open conversation. There were 3 guests in the room. And what we did is essentially an opportunity meeting through conversation. So I was able to tell them my story. And then I just, in conversation, I was like, do you know all that you would want to know about the products? Can I tell you a little bit more about it? Would you like a little bit more about it? Yeah, I'd like to. Okay. So then I went through the products and gave a description of, primarily our flagship product, and then talked about the compensation. I mean, it was an opportunity meeting, but in a very low-key conversation, very comfortable because of everybody's interactions and talking. And I loved the way that it felt. Here's the cool thing. Evidently, the guests did too. One of the guests came to me the next day at the training and thanked me for sharing from my heart and my story and all of that, and said, I'm enrolling. I'm very much drawn to this. I'm like, that happens when you're in a room and feeling other people's vibe. I love it. So I know I saw that Fred's going to be in town. Yay! coming back to Florida, doing an in-home meeting this week. And I'm like, I love that. I'm so excited to hear that. Mimi shared that she did a launch call for somebody last week and then shared the results of those launch calls. You guys, you have to have some things in place. So as a leader, have you scheduled anything for the month? Anything? Do you want people on your team to have something scheduled? It starts with you. So if you've not done that yet, I'm most excited. My deal is you invite for just a couple days out. Don't plan it for next week. No, a couple days out. People know what they're doing in 2 days. They don't know what they're doing next week. Things come up. So if you've not planned one, great. Have it Wednesday. It's around the corner, but so what? Now you've got something to invite to, and you can build your own excitement around that. So I'd encourage you to do that. I also, as a leader, have a question for you. We've got an Elite Academy in 3 weeks in Charleston. Are you planning to attend? You guys, I can't say enough about Elite Academies. They are complete game changers. And I've seen people get really creative in getting people to those events. They've carpooled, they've gotten buses, they all pile up in hotel rooms. I know sometimes finances are an issue. Whatever you need to do to get there, you should be doing. You should already have your plan in place and then be getting people together. In fact, I know of people who have driven on these long road trips, not because they couldn't afford to get there, but because they wanted to ensure that people from their team were getting there. And so they just took control in that way. And so get creative, figure out ways that you can do different things to get people to Elite Academy, because we all know how big of an impact it has on our business. And one more thing I wanted to highlight in regards to, sharing information, Invite Tool Team. You guys, Crazy Yellow Pill, people are having some really, really great stories utilizing that tool. I hope that you're sharing that like crazy. It should take away the question of what do I do? I want to tell somebody about this. What do I do? That question shouldn't exist. It should be a very simple answer. Consists of 3 letters, CYP, Crazy Yellow Pill. Here's the thing. I heard a story this week of someone who had introduced the business to someone before, and nothing was really happening with it, but followed up and said, I know I previously shared the ABC News piece with you. I've got another tool that I'd like to share with you, another video. Would you be willing to watching it? And they said yes. And they watched the Crazy Yellow Pill video, and when they got back on the phone, she was like, I get it now. Like, I didn't get it before, but I get it now. And I was like, how cool is that this tool is able to explain it for people to where it kind of answers a lot of the questions and uncertainties that they have all in one place, right? And as a reminder, because I reminded the group in Albany, and some of them had kind of lost sight of that fact, that Crazy Yellow Pill /science really is geared for a person who, a lot of times we may be going to see a family doctor and we want to make them aware of these products. And we don't necessarily want to go right into a business because we're trying to build a little bit of credibility with the doctor. And so /science, crazyyellowpill.com /science will take you just to the science part of it. So just a little reminder of that for you guys so that you don't lose sight of that. You guys, we have 10 days left in this month. I hope that you know what you want to accomplish. You'll be getting recognized at whatever rank you accomplish in Charleston. So map it out. You've got 10 days to make some major things happen. And it's the last month to qualify for the Pro 5 Hustle. So, how cool would it be for us to rally around some of our distributors that are, have that Pro 5 rank within reach? Put a plan in place, guys, and let us show you what type of a team we are. Let us help you to accomplish that goal, because the reality is when we have team members win, we're all winning. We're doing this together and we all want to succeed together. So anyway, I hope that you guys benefited from the lead schools this weekend. In fact, I don't hope that, I know that you did. I just hope that you make the most of what you learned. I hope that you're taking the actions that are going to grow your business, and that you put that DMO in place and make the most of what we all have here. I appreciate you guys jumping on with me today. I'm sure my hubby will be back with me next week on the Monday call, and hope that you have a phenomenal week. Tonight, he is actually going to be hosting the opportunity webinar. So get your people on that. It's a great thing to invite to, and that's it. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon, guys.